Hello, everybody, and welcome back to 2H Reading Comics. This week's episode 145, and we get to talk about Go Go Loser Rangers. As always, thank you for joining us. Go tell your friends, your family, anyone who wants to listen to Two Idiots talk about comics. Go check us out on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, and listen to us anywhere that you get your podcasts. And as always, let's get into it.
And welcome to the best damn book club on the internet. My name's Ryan Talmadge. That's David Crocker. Today, we are reading Go Go Loser Ranger. We got early on a manga, boys.
Woohoo!
We are, has an anime coming out very soon.
It does.
Trailer looks awesome.
It does.
And, there was only 7, I think there were 6, but they've already listed the 7th on Amazon.
Volumes?
Yeah.
Oh, I only saw 3 on Comixology.
Yeah, it may be only 3 on Comixology.
Oh, wow.
But, well, I say that. I can only find 2 in store, so who knows?
Yeah.
But very early, anime coming out. If you love Power Rangers, it's a twist off of that.
It really is.
But yeah, we'll get into that in a little bit. Davis, so the way we do our show is we finally created a Google Doc for it.
Yeah, it just took us 2 long years to finally actually use technology.
And if we have a random idea we think we can spin off into a tangent, we put it in their random topics list. And Davis reminded me of one from over a month ago. Yeah, because it was the Super Bowl.
Yeah. And by the time this comes out, there'll be another month.
I was just watching. There are still some like funny commercials.
They were bad,
but they're not like what they used to be.
No.
And because I have a business degree from a school that's about to go out of business, so that is kind of worthless now. But I'm just sitting there as a guy who's taking a marketing class. It'd be so much more fun and I think cost effective, or at least it would work a million times better if you legit said, give me the top comics and let them make a commercial for whatever it is I'm selling, make it unrated, and then instead of paying a cajillion dollars for a 30 or 1 minute ad on the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like this really struck home when I saw that Miller Lite and Coors Light had to combine, or they did their commercial together.
Yeah, they did a combined commercial. Yeah.
And it's just like, y'all competitors?
All 3, now they may be under the full banner
of someone else.
But yeah, they had a combined commercial for 3 separate beers.
Yeah. And I was just like, instead of doing stupid shit like
less than 10 years ago, no beer company would partner with another beer company to save their company.
No. And it's just like, instead of doing stupid shit like that, what if I paid for a 10-second or a 15-second ad? And it's literally, I've said like the top comics out there. So what if we had Dave Chappelle, Tom Segura, Bert Kreischer, Joe Rogan. If you're afraid of getting canceled, don't do Louis C.K., even though he's still kind of funny.
Yeah.
But those guys, and literally be like, hey, this company X let us make an ad for them, but we can't show it on TV. But you can go to YouTube right now and watch it.
Yeah.
And literally everyone would stop watching all the other commercials to go watch.
Like, and here's our URL just on screen. Or here's
legitimately just be like, it's on YouTube. Here's the title. Here's the thumbnail.
Go have fun.
Literally everyone would stop what they're doing to go watch that. Yeah. And then you just let the comedians make a commercial. It can literally just be the last 5 seconds be your logo. Mm-hmm. And just let them do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, just the whole commercial is just them just talking shit.
Just like, hey, can you make a commercial that is funny to y'all for this company? And just let them have at it.
Yeah. Because, I don't know, man. The whole woke culture right now and cancel culture, it's like, y'all are, I think life's becoming so, I don't know, like,
too delicate.
Tame. Yeah, too delicate.
Like, sometimes you got to go get punched in the face.
Like, everybody's going to have a different opinion than you.
Yeah.
Not everybody can have the same opinion.
Yeah.
Like, just live, it's life. Live with it. It all sucks. Mm-hmm. It's a pain in the fucking ass for everybody involved. Mm-hmm. So just fucking just laugh at it.
Yeah.
Let it roll off your back.
I don't know, man. I just like I don't know. Like we were talking about last week with the R-rated comedies. I hope they have a comeback because everything just it's either. And I like the remaking old shit. Oh, when it's good. They're basically just picking IP names that they know people will buy tickets to. If it's good, if it's good. If it's bad, then well, we still got our money.
Yeah.
So
Jurassic World, or
Yeah.
the whole Jurassic trilogy.
the first Jurassic
one
World
was
was
great.
good.
Second one, third one, I'll never watch
At
again.
some point, they had to get off an island.
Yeah, the third one, I'll never watch again in my life. Like I wasted,
See,
I
they said
wasted
that, and
three.
I want to see it.
Oh yeah, all right, go waste 2.5 hours then.
Yeah, but they got everybody back.
Okay, go waste 2.5 hours. Sure, go watch it. Go waste 2.5 hours. The Banshee movie was better.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, never
It
mind.
was fucking horrible, man.
But yeah. So I don't know. That was the only random topic I could come up with this month. So
But I mean, fuck, they were paying $7 million for a
For an
30-second ad before halftime. If your ad came out before kickoff and to the halftime, it was $7 million for 30 seconds. Mr. Beast, one of the most popular YouTube groups.
yeah, I'd rather pay Mr. Beast for an ad.
He literally came out like he was going to put an ad in the Super Bowl for some reason this year, like he needed to. And he looked, or he may have been doing research, whatever. And he found out it's like $7 million, and he put out kind of like your idea. He's like, "Give me $1 million, and I'll give you a 2-minute ad." He's like, and I'll put it on my page. He's like, you will get 15 times the viewers for your ad than the Super Bowl will.
Oh yeah,
and it'll cost you
some of these YouTubers.
Like he's just like, give me the money. He's like, man, I will produce you something that 50 million people will see.
Yeah,
in weekly, not just one weekend, one day, 1 hour.
Yeah,
but I remember like Super Bowl commercials when we were growing up was like end all be all of watching Super Bowl.
Yeah.
If you didn't give a shit about the teams.
Yeah.
Well, I sit here and I actually kind of cared about the Eagles winning this year just because I like Jalen and shit. And commercials would come on and I'd watch and I'd be like, well, that was a waste of 20 seconds. Like, that was a waste of 20 seconds. What was Will's?
Will Ferrell. It was. Couldn't even tell you what it was, but it was like him going through different movies. I think it was a truck. Like at one point he got bit by a zombie. He's like, "Wow, why'd you bite me?"
Oh, yeah, that was weird.
I can't remember what he's selling, but I was like,
Uh,
Will Ferrell, just like we talked about Jack Black last week. Will Ferrell needs to start making movies. Yeah.
Well, he had a Christmas movie with Ryan Reynolds this past year, but they put it on Apple, so it got locked behind a paywall.
I need like Talladega Nights, Step Brothers, that kind of stuff.
So great. Bring back that like era of his comedy back.
Yeah.
Well, I thought he had a resurgence when he did the Daddy, not stepdad,
yeah,
Daddy's Home.
Mark Wahlberg.
Wahlberg, yeah.
But he was playing. I guess he wasn't the straight man in that. Now the cop movie he did with Mark Wahlberg is a million times better.
Which one?
The other guys.
Let's Be Cops. Other guys, yeah.
Yeah.
That fucking movie. Isn't that where The Rock and Samuel Jackson jump off the roof?
Yeah, in like the first 2 minutes.
Like we go out together and just off a 6-foot story.
Aim for the bushes.
Story. What the fuck?
Yeah. But at the risk of sounding like old men yelling at cloud for 2 episodes, we're early on something.
Let's roll. God, he just hit himself in the face.
Sorry about that if you're listening to the podcast. Go Loser Ranger. Pretty damn new.
Yeah.
It's a manga.
It was published.
Basically,
first issue was published February 3rd, 2021.
Yeah. Do you want to give credits?
Yeah.
Good luck with those names.
Oh yeah, great.
We apologize in advance.
Always. You gotta find it because it's not in the normal locations.
Yep.
All right, so they got a contents. That's still not our people.
Well, most of the time it's by one person in manga, so you might just want to look at the front page.
Well,
or the cover.
I went the wrong
look
way.
at the cover.
All right, so we got our creator of the quintessential quintuplets, Negi Haraba, Haruba.
Yeah. And I think that's it.
That's.
I think in manga it's usually the writer does the drawing also.
Because
One Piece is literally all Ichiro Oda. Oda.
Yeah,
So
it's looking like it. I mean, of course, all rights reserved, all that fun stuff. Tokyo.
yeah.
Yeah, printed in the United States.
So this is basically The Boys but Power Rangers.
Yeah, and a TV show as well. It's kind of wrapped up in this.
Oh yeah. Basically, what would have been the Putty Men in the original Power Rangers came to Earth to try to take over. Their version of the Power Rangers, they call the
Dragon Keepers.
Dragon Keepers.
Yeah.
Took them a year to stave them off, but said, "Hey, you're not fucking going anywhere. We make too much money being heroes,
Yeah.
and every Sunday we're gonna fake this and we'll not actually hurt you."
Exactly. That was.
But you can't leave your fortress that we chained to Earth, and this is your life now. Every Sunday we have a fake battle. You come up with a new monster, which kind of explains why all the monsters are weird and random in Power Rangers. And just when you say it out loud like that, you're like, how do people fall for this shit?
I know.
They just conveniently fight at the same time every week.
Yeah.
But
if you believe the rumors of Super Bowl, it was scripted.
Yeah.
NFL this year was scripted. So, and we watch that every Sunday.
It's not scripted.
Well, I mean,
I watch scripted sports on a regular basis. There's too much random stuff going on, and you can write better storylines if it was all scripted.
I know. Go ahead.
Arian Foster was joking. He was on a Barstool podcast.
I know he was. It's just still funny.
Yeah.
You're talking about, oh, well, how would you believe that? Well, there you go.
Yeah.
That's
Now,
how you
if you want to
believe it.
say there's an interest in the league of one team winning over the other, I can see that. And then NBA is definitely right. But, and then your main character is one of the putty guys. I think it's Fighter F. Is that what it was?
Fighter F, yeah.
Fighter F finally says, "All right, I've had enough." He has the power or the ability to shapeshift.
Yeah, which is really cool.
Yeah, and so he shapeshifts into a human, goes to try to join the Ranger League,
Academy almost.
Ranger Academy, and to try to take them down within.
Yeah.
And meet some friends along the way.
Yeah,
So,
again, it's kind of funny.
it
Which,
is
again, they're
super weird.
minions,
Yeah.
and like they don't have. They even say like we're
Yeah.
losing the ability to create.
Yeah, they're like
new monsters each week. Like they're literally like it took them 13 years to think of a tiger,
Yeah.
and it's like, well, how did it take
we
you
done this
13
before?
years
Yeah.
to like figure out how to infiltrate? And it's like, well, they had a hard time even figuring out how to
Yeah.
create a monster,
Yeah.
and like
And
they're
also,
safe.
like,
I mean, it's like, oh yeah, all we got to do
they
is just show
just-
up on Sunday.
They
and,
talk about it in there. They got the little special weapons that do actually, because they're
the
pretty much
artifacts.
they're pretty much immortal, but then they have
Yeah.
like these artifacts that can finally kill them. So they watched all their leaders get killed,
permanently,
and it's like, well, these were the minions. They're not exactly the leaders,
right?
and so they're like, well, we can do this. At least we get to live.
Yeah.
But I don't know why I said that. But yeah, it's just goofy, funny. If you love Power Rangers, it's a great spin on it.
Oh, it's a perfect spin.
Um,
Also in it like talking about how he as the minion is infiltrating. We also meet a Yellow Ranger's
Cadet or something.
Yeah,
can't remember her name.
yeah,
It was something.
it's Suzuki. So sorry. And she's like, I want to bring them down too. They're corporate greed, and they're too hot. They're too crazy.
Yeah, and then you have the other guy who was like completely brainwashed, or Rangers can't do any
Devout,
wrong.
yeah.
And then Fighter F spills the beans, and he's like, I want to help you because everything I know is a lie now, but I
Yeah.
want to do it the right way.
Right, and his spin is like, oh no, tear them down to build a new one.
Yeah.
And Yellow's like, no, just get rid of it.
Yeah.
Just stop this all.
And she's like, no, we're just going to slice her. Like, let's do it as violently as possible.
Yeah. I thought that was hilarious. Like when she was like talking to him and she like, give me your knife. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
she won. Like, has she been deep fake for so many years trying to do the same thing F is doing? And it's like, nope, I'm just a normal person. And
Yeah.
like every 5 seconds, just head chop,
Yeah.
head chop. Sitting at the bar when they were ordering, and like he's thinking, man, I could kill her. I could get rid of her. And it just head
She's
goes
like, don't even
flying.
try it.
And he's like, how? And she goes, you were looking weird. You started looking off into the distance.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, there's facial tics.
Okay.
Yes. Like you haven't
Yeah.
even.
You don't know how to
Like you don't know
socialize
how
out
to
here.
be a human yet.
Yeah.
Like you still are just, you're just in the form.
Mm.
Do you think so? In saying all this, we get to see some of the artifacts. F does finally succeed in taking Red's.
Yeah.
Looks like his samurai sword.
I thought it was weird his arm was not growing back, and I was just
I
like,
know.
"That's
It's like,
weird.
wait, hold on. How does
That
that
should be
keep-
growing back." But as you see, he left his arm, like he had the sword, what looked like the sword wedged in the ground, and he was standing in between it. That was his arm.
Yeah.
Someone else got away with the real sword.
Which of course I would assume yellow
Yellow,
because that was the
yeah.
whole point of this. F is gone. Correct?
I peeked ahead because I was at the bookstore and saw volume 1 and 2, so I went and got both. I peeked ahead. He does come back. I don't know how they explain it.
Okay, because I
Because
was
he
about
got-
to say
He got hit with Blue's real artifact.
correct.
So I don't know how they explain it, but he
Um,
does look like he comes back.
because I'm kind of sitting here going, if they get back up to if Yellow ends up getting up to the fortress
Yeah.
and able to get in there and find another one that can shapeshift, we'll just bring him down, teach him how to do it.
Yeah.
But
But it was also kind of like what, I don't know how to phrase this. Like, made me lose interest in Radiant Black.
yeah,
It was the same thing where it's like another Power Ranger spinoff. We spent the majority of book 1 trying to learning and not growing attached because it was only volume 1, but it's
Yeah.
like we spent a lot of time investing into this one character just for him to die.
right.
And I was like, let me peek into volume 2
Yeah.
because if that's happening in this one and they're both Power Ranger spinoffs, I'm going to be upset.
Yeah. I definitely feel like, again, we hate that, like, oh, you kill a character, you bring them back, all this shit. But I think
I do,
with the
but it's like-
spin,
At the same time, volume 1 isn't unless it's like Ned Stark, I guess technically is the only time that's ever worked.
right. So
But
my
you-
thing is
But in Radiant Black and in this, you don't have the supporting cast to do that.
exactly, like, okay, you just killed off, like, the character you have focused all this time on.
Yeah.
And
hadn't spent
and-
and hadn't built up.
and like, there's no love, like, oh, cool, it sucks he's gone, but
Yeah.
all right, next.
Yeah.
Which I could see, like, would also thinking, since he does come back, spoiler, that the artifacts aren't actually permanently killing them, that they're just getting sent. It just takes them longer to regenerate, and their
Yeah.
bosses
Or
are
probably
like,
like in jail somewhere.
yeah, and their bosses are actually under
Like
the
underground
towers or
something,
something.
yeah.
Yeah,
That wouldn't surprise me.
and it's not an actual killing weapon. It's
Yeah.
just
Slows
you
them
just
down.
it just takes you longer.
I wouldn't mind that.
What's even like the Rangers, of course, know it's fake.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like the media does.
No.
I think it's I think it's
cadets
literally
don't know
just
either.
it's just the Rangers.
Yeah. The Rangers and the putty
And,
guys.
and
The
even
fighters.
them, like on the roof with F, like standing his ground, and like and all the Rangers are like,
This one's feisty.
yeah, well, maybe we do need to
Spice up
show
the
off.
show.
Let's lose a few, or like give them a little more edge. Just like, y'all are horrifying. Like
Y'all
this
need
is
to-
like now this is
It's
literally
professional wrestling. You got
Yeah.
to sell to make it believable.
It's like y'all
Not every match can be a squash match.
y'all have really taken this a long way now.
Yeah, yeah.
Talking about killing, did F kill that Ranger cadet?
I hope so. He was kind of a dick.
He took a golf club to his fucking head.
Yeah. Probably not.
He's
But,
gonna be really fucked up if he didn't.
yeah. 'Cause, I mean, Yellow's cover isn't blown, so who cares?
Yeah, I mean, there's no only cover that's blown is
F.
no.
Who
Well,
can
F wasn't
shapeshift.
even look like himself. He was dressed up as Red.
Oh, yeah.
So
true.
his actual like human cover.
Isn't blown either.
Well, actually, what is his cover when Blue and them kill him?
I don't know.
It's himself.
He just has to, yeah, I was going to say, he just have to shapeshift into another human.
No, he looks like himself when
Okay.
when Red actually comes and attacks him.
Yeah.
But when he cuts his head off, goes back. Yeah, so when he like the Red cadet, he
Uh-huh.
was he was looking like Red, and he had his head,
Yeah.
or had his mushy head.
Yeah. I tell you what,
It's fucking weird. I know
I
that.
saw this. If you got the book, you just look at the back. He's got that little pose.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be a tattoo.
Ooh.
Not that I'm like super overly attached.
No, but
that's just a cool.
It's
funny,
it's a cool, funny one.
And then they have the little horned face on the helmet.
I don't hate it.
It's just gonna be a dumb little tattoo somewhere.
I do think I would definitely have to get a little more into it before I put this one on there, but I don't hate it.
Oh, it's just gonna be small.
Yeah. Well, that's right. You want to do a whole just rando on your arm.
Rando and dumb. Yeah.
I'll continue.
And someone will see it and like, what's that? I'm like, you don't know Go-Go Loser Ranger?
Yeah. You go watch it.
Yeah.
That's
the pain that's gonna be. That's the thing that's gonna be a pain in the ass. It's like having to wait for this to get dubbed into English because I don't watch.
Like I've been sitting here kind of trying to figure out like when it's coming, and
that's what you'll probably find like a date or when it comes in Japan.
Yeah,
and then since Crunchyroll bought out Funimation, yeah. Funimation apparently had like a way more pressing, like they cared way more about putting subtitles on because they know that's also a big thing. And now I don't know how it's been since, like I can't tell since Crunchyroll bought them. Hopefully they bought them and is keeping their subtitle or their dub department. But Crunchyroll doesn't give a shit about dub. It's like 99% subtitle.
Oof.
Yeah, so
man, I have a hard time reading as it is. I don't need to read. I can't read
and watch it
and pay attention and watch what's happening on screen. No. Like pick one. Like if I'm going to watch a show, I got to pick one.
And you love background TV way too much.
Yeah, but I just background TV to read, like to focus on what I'm actually reading, not to try and keep up with that.
So need them to be on it with the dubs in time, but
yeah, I mean, everything was announced in January of this year that stuff was that's coming out with an anime. And but it's not even saying like when the anime is being created. It's just like, oh yeah,
they've got a trailer out.
Yeah, there's a trailer. It's coming.
And if you
hell, if it's anything
for
like
some reason
Invincible,
you're listening to this
years.
and haven't been sold or haven't read the book, go watch the trailer. Maybe that'll sell it to you.
The trailer is, jeez, that's one reason I picked it. Oh, like you sent it to me. And it's like, oh yeah, we're reading that.
Yeah. Now the question is, how do you rank your Power Ranger spinoffs between Radiant Black and Go-Go Loser Ranger?
So I got the next 2 volumes of Radiant Black. I'm about halfway through the second volume. Yeah, it's Loser Rangers over Radiant Black right now. Just again, I won't go too deep into Radiant Black, but it's just not. It hasn't moved forward. Oh, really? It's like the first issue or two. Does that guy ever come back? He's around.
So he survives?
Sure, if you want to call it surviving.
I thought they were going to he's going to come back as an evil ranger.
He's not dead. Okay. Let's put it that way. But he ain't alive.
Oh.
But he is of the earth.
He's a vegetable?
Yeah, he's a vegetable. Oh. And it's kind of a plot.
Well, no, he's going to come back as an evil.
I would imagine he will.
Whatever an evil Radiant would be.
At some point, I'm sure he will. But again, it's a lot like we got a lot of shit in Volume 1. Yeah. And then now Volume 2 is like, oh, okay, we got to pull it back and kind of. Mm-hmm. So yeah, definitely. So far, Loser Ranger over Radiant.
And I think we're gonna we talked about a manga next month too. I don't think we've decided between My Hero or One Piece or maybe a new one.
Because May's got five 2 days.
Yeah.
2 days. 2 days.
Yeah, that's gonna be a pain.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
No offense, we love this show.
We do. Bulker coating and weekends is a little tough.
Yeah, and he's got a baby coming.
Woohoo!
And I'm poor. So.
I'm not far behind that part either.
Yeah. But yeah. If you have a preference of which manga you want us to read, we are doing one. Mostly because finding some interesting comics is kind of tough right now.
Yeah. That's not
unless you want us to
DC.
read. unless you want us to read like every single self-contained Batman limited series,
Mm-hmm.
which there's like 50 of them. There ain't no way they can all be good.
Exactly.
But yeah, I guess we should get into our shit list.
Yeah.
Do you have one?
Yeah, it's not great, but
Okay.
so this morning, Thomas and I went and did a little walking for the first time. I actually did an exercise.
Not the first time you've walked, but yes.
No, but yeah, an actual like I'm going walking, exercising.
Yeah.
And
Boy's down 12.5 pounds, by
Yeah.
the way. Hopefully the camera shows it. But.
And I realized like going from playing football for 70% of my life at the time, to work. I do work outside. I'm not a fat slob, but I am a fat slob.
Yeah.
And just like, all right, I need to change some shit. Baby on the way. It's like whole life crises.
So you're putting yourself on the shit list?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's definitely like, all right, turn my shit around. Need to focus. Figure something out. Try to figure out how to make more money.
I'm telling you, if you can go to beer and water, them sodas cut out a lot of shit.
Yeah. Well, that ain't hard. I ain't cutting beer out, so.
Yeah, no.
But I can cut sodas. Oh, I could go just straight whiskeys at night. That would cut the sodas out.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can do that.
Sure, Bailey will love it.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, I got lucky. I went like a whole weekend without drinking soda and just didn't even like. Just my drink choices that week didn't include soda.
Yeah.
Like I think I had like a high C, which I don't even know if it's caffeinated or
I don't
not.
even know what a high C is.
It's like remember it came in a little box, like a juice box.
Sure.
When we were in elementary school.
Yeah, I didn't get that privilege, man.
You didn't get high C?
No, I don't remember high C. Is it orange juice? Like orange juice almost?
No, that's Sunny D.
Oh.
They have there's like pink lemonade, which is the one I got, and then they had like a fruit punch one. It's full of sugar, but yeah.
Yeah, I know the little like
it's like a little yellow box.
Yeah,
okay. Yellow, but not you.
Yeah.
And then I think I was like on a big vitamin water kick. Anyways, I got to the Monday at work and had a caffeine headache, and I was just like, you know what? I'm here already. I had kicked sodas when I worked down in Louisiana. For some reason, got back here and was instantly like, yeah, let's have Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
And spiraled out of there. And so right now I am 3 weeks without a soda.
Damn.
So yeah, I crave Mountain Dew and Dr. Pepper every day.
Yeah.
Going to gas station. We went to the gas station this morning to pick up his wife a Powerade. And I literally told him, I was like, I can't go in there because I will buy a soda or candy right now.
And you saying that I didn't want something when I walked in the door, but you saying it, I walked in and I immediately looked at Snickers.
Yeah.
And I was like, nope.
And Reese's
I did good today. Let's keep on the roll.
Pushing like their Easter egg ones. Those are some of those. There's so much peanut butter in those.
The Easter egg.
So much better than like the hearts and stuff. But yeah.
They do hearts?
They do hearts for Valentine's Day.
Oh, I missed that one.
I try everything Reese's.
Nah.
They have a big cup with Reese pieces in them now. Not.
Yeah,
I've always had that. I meant Reese's Puffs.
Reese's Puffs. What's
the
Reese's
cereal?
Puffs? The cereal is
yeah.
so it's like a crunchy. Oh fuck, man.
Yeah,
we're fat.
Worst Reese's I've ever had was when they put a potato chip in the big cup.
Oh, I was like, dude, that's I remember that was so fucking stupid.
And it's like this doesn't even taste good. But yeah. So, and then I've started walking an hour every day, and calorie counting. I cut out like all snacks. Like I just do 2 meals from anywhere from like 600 to 800 calories. So
yeah, it's
at
definitely.
Most, I'm only eating like 1,600 calories a day.
Yeah, I mean when we're in the field and actually doing like our hard work.
Yeah, y'all actually burn calories.
Yeah, we're burning a shit ton, but because we worked in the field all day and we had sandwiches for lunch out of a cooler, I'd been there for 6 hours.
Mm-hmm.
We go and get a pretty good dinner.
Yeah.
And so like it kind of offsets like everything we did if we go get cheese sticks and a burger and shit like that. It's like we kind of just counterbalanced everything we just did.
We ate Chinese food last night when I got here.
Exactly.
And it ran through me. But yeah, no. And so I looked at Davis. I was like, hey, you want to go? I got to do an hour walk today. You want to go? And he looked at me like I was joking. I was like, no, like I'm going to go do an hour walk with or without you.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I don't blame you. I had the same realization a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So. My shit list are HOA.
Jesus, fuck that stuff.
I won't name mine by name because they actually do. At least when they say they need something, I can visibly see them fixing it. Like when they had to fix our tennis courts at my condos and stuff like that. But I guess something went wrong. They forgot to mail the letter, or like I think they were gonna let us know in January, but they didn't let us know until like the end of February. Something got miscommunicated or whatever. That by the end of March, everybody had to pay $350.
That's a lot.
Because I don't think they winterized the pool, and now there's cracking is leaking, and so, yeah.
Man,
I have, and I'm not doing hot on my paychecks right now.
Yeah.
So
When the wife and I were first looking at getting a house, we went into some subdivisions and they're touting all this great stuff here and that we can do this. This is coming here.
Yeah.
And like the house costs X. It's like, oh, cool. That's awesome. And then they're like, oh, yeah. And like at the end of everything, after you're doughy eyed, happy, yeah, we're going to do this. HOA's X a month. And you just stare at them and you're like, for what? And they're like, oh, well, the pool that's coming in, the weight center that's coming in. Oh, we'll take care of the sidewalk and shit. And I'm like, that's no. Like in a condo, I can see a condo
condos
more.
Are because like when we all live in the same building,
There's
who's cutting the fucking grass?
There's grass. There's stairwells. There's
You're
a lot
paying for
more.
The upkeep of the outside.
But like in a subdivision.
But no, if you have a legit house and you're responsible for everything not in the state right away. Yeah, you can't tell me what the fuck to do.
Yeah, no, and I just, it's like I get your situation with the condo way more than a subdivision.
Yeah.
But it's still like if you're talking about asking $350 per person times the how many ever people you got there, they better be putting in a new fucking pool.
Might be what it is because like
They better not be putting in
like
just
a resealer.
relining the concrete. No. Like that shit does not cost that much.
No.
Pools ain't cheap, but they ain't that expensive. So
and
I'll be very intrigued.
How big is this crack? Because I haven't noticed it leaking. I also don't use that pool at all.
Well, exactly. And what I'll be very intrigued in is how much like that's also like at least you get to see or there's things that change and things are happening. But that would be my biggest gripe is like where the fuck is this money going to?
Yeah.
Like I need I gotta see more proof than this.
Yeah. I want an itemized receipt.
Yeah.
Basically. But no, I mean since I've moved in, they've already like redone the tennis court. They've repaved one section, but it was also because a water line broke in it and they had to dig it up anyways. Jeez. So instead of just patching the stretch where the main was, they were like, no, let's just go ahead and repatch this whole section.
Okay.
I can understand that.
That's better than just a patch job or just a quick fix.
Yeah. And then they've repainted some stuff, and I'm just like, I don't generally care about most of the stuff, but at least I can see your.
Yeah. There is
you care, which means I'm okay.
Yeah, which is good. I mean, that at least makes the money that leaves your pocket a little bit better.
Yeah, but no, maybe y'all should just learn how to communicate better. I don't know.
Yeah. And then also like fucking up a email, and then all of a sudden go, yeah, y'all all got 1 month to come up with this is a little.
Yeah, come up with 95% of my car payment.
Yeah,
cool.
That's great.
You have 2 paychecks to figure this out.
Yeah, have fun.
Yeah. But yeah, that does it for this week. Next week, Volume 5 of Why the Last Man.
Woohoo!
I did realize when I was posting, this is April.
Yeah.
When I posted the post about what we were reading for March, I said Volume 5 of Why the Last Man instead of Volume 4 because I was thinking about reading this.
Yeah.
And hopefully you guys were smart enough to figure out, hey, why would they skip Volume 4?
Why would we skip 4?
Yeah. And the cover and the picture is Volume 4, so it's just the text underneath it that says Volume 5.
Jesus.
But yeah. So Volume 5. Hopefully you read Volume 4 last month.
Yep.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.